Hi guys, good day. This is Dr. Karen Anita Gaynor, family medicine physician, specialize in family medicine, but I'm also primary care physician. And tonight I would love to speak to you guys about masks. Right now we're in the coronavirus pandemic. We're all experiencing this worldwide. And one of the things that everybody has been encouraging is for everybody to wear their mask. So I purposely put on my white coat tonight and have on my stethoscope and have my doctor uniform on tonight because it's a very important topic. People think it's a joke sometimes when people are wearing certain masks or they're getting stylish. People are wearing all types of things. But remember, guys, that the most important thing is to have coverage of the nose, mouth, and the chin area, all right? And remember that the main reason for wearing the mask is to protect others from your secretions, that in case you sneeze or cough, that you don't infect others. So when other people wear the mask, it also helps you so that you don't catch the virus. Okay, guys? So what I'm going to do is run through some examples of the masks that are out there, guys, and to show you how to make masks out of underwear. All right? And I'm serious. This is a very serious topic. I really want to reach out to the people who have made videos before and say thank you, guys, for showing us how to make masks from underwear. I'm serious. It is not a joke. They've showed us how to make it from panties, from boxer shorts. People have showed us how to make masks from t-shirts. Big up to Minister in Jamaica, Minister Peter Bunting. He ended up showing us on the internet yesterday how he makes a mask from a t-shirt by cutting it out and making the strings. Okay, guys? So before we go into the underwears, I wanted to tell you about my experience this week, about how I actually have masks. I have masks at home. And I was in a situation where I was rushing to leave the house to help out a friend to get to work. And I thought that I put the mask in my handbag because I know that they get dirty easily, and I wasn't ready to put on the mask because they get very hot in the car. So I know I wasn't going to be in contact with anybody for a while. So I said, let me just grab my mask, grab my handbag, and hurry up and get to the car so that I could help her to get to work on time. So in the rush and the distractions of going out, when I finally went to meet my friend, she had on a mask. And I felt bad that she was about to come into my car and I realized that I had left my mask. So while I was driving in the car, I saw people on the road with their masks in the car, and I was reaching for my purse and I realized that the mask's not in the purse after all. So my girlfriend ended up coming in the car, and I told her that I had some tissues and so forth in the glove compartment, but they were too small. So what I tried to do first of all is get some napkins. Some napkins were in my car. So the napkins were, let's say they were a square like this rag here, but they were a little bit shorter than this, So by the time I was to go use this to cover my face, this is a little dirty. I just grabbed this really quick. It was too short. I didn't have anything to hold it onto the ear, So this doesn't have anything to hold onto the earpiece. So it wouldn't have helped me one bit. Even if I was to tear the napkin, it was too short. So I told her I was trying to find something in the car to cover up with, and she said, don't worry about it. It's okay. She didn't have any extra mask on her at the time. So we were heading to work, and she wanted to stop on the way at a gas station. So I said, I'll just put some gas in my car, guys, while she runs inside to get her smoothie. She needed some food before she ran into work. So she wanted to get something quick, and she offered me a smoothie. But I've never been into the store myself to see what they have. And even when you're doing the gas, sometimes you have to run inside to pay for the gas. Sometimes the card not working, or they said see attendant, whatever the reason. I was pumping my gas and was having no problems. But I saw people pumping their gas with mask on, people going inside into the teller with their mask on, and it made me remember again how it was so important, and that people are actually getting fined if you don't have a mask on in some places. And also, it's not even about the fine. It's about just protecting yourself and protecting others and being respectful of the rules nowadays. All right, guys? Because we're in a pandemic right now, the coronavirus pandemic. And the least we can do is to wear the mask so we don't spread the droplets. And we can wear gloves if you have gloves. So, cut a long story short, I remembered that I had a gym bag in the back of my car, in the trunk. And I haven't been to the gym in years. But I just happened to just drive around with this bag because I love to go to the beach. And sometimes I want to change into something different. And so I end up carrying extra clothes, underwear, so that I can change out of my swimsuit and put on underwear if I need to. And I also have it for the gym for the same reason. So I end up just wanting to go into the bag to see if I could find a towel or something like that. So I could just pull it over my face like how I just saw this rag. You know what I mean? So, cut a long story short, I ended up going into my bag and I found a pair of underwear. And I remembered seeing the videos in the past of how people were making masks from underwear, guys. So, before I end up showing you the mask, the underwear and what I did with it, because I wanted to show you the pros and cons of it still and how to do it properly, because I've learned from it since then. Anyway, guys, so one of the masks that they have out there, the surgical mask, these cost $1. If you guys need any masks, this is $1 at Neighbors on Sunrise and Sunset Street. There's a supermarket called Neighbors, and you can buy them for $1. But you have to cover your face before you go into the supermarket to even buy a mask. But by the time I dropped home, my friend, after putting the underwear on my face as a mask, she got to work and she gave me one of these. So I ended up getting one of these surgical masks for myself, and I kept it in my car. I have it in my car now, so that if I'm driving, I have a mask in the car. I put it in the glove compartment already, so that way I don't get stuck again. So I have this type of mask in my car, and then when I went to the supermarket after I dropped home my friend, I got this for my son, so that way I could have it separate. So I kept it in a bag separately, just like how they gave me in a bag, so that way it's not contaminated by me wearing it. Because you don't want to wear a mask and then share it, all right, guys? And they said that if you're using any cloth mask of any type, that you should wash it as well, so that way you keep them clean. So that's what happened with this one as well. This is the N95 mask. They tend to get dirty, but they have most of them come in white, right, guys? So just the one or two times that I've gone out wearing it on the road, it just got a little soiled. So this is the proper way to put on the mask. Basically, I have 2 strings on these, and you remember, cover the chin, bring the straps up, and basically what you want to do is make sure that these areas right here are sealed in really good, okay, guys? So you shouldn't feel any air passing through. You can blow on it. You can blow, and make sure that this part here is sealed well, okay? So everybody has a different size bridge right here. You just squeeze it in so that way it keeps in the air. That's the main reason, is so that no one gets your droplets, or you hardly get anything coming back in. So that's why this is called N95, guys, because this is only 95% protective against things coming through, all right? So nothing is 100%, but at least it's better than nothing. And then they have the dust masks that are similar to these, which are really cool. Some of them have filters on the front. Some of them come all the way back here where you tie it on. I've seen a lot of the nail techs, some of the nail techs working online and using the dust masks to do people's nails. Those seem really cool and hip and neat and stylish. But as long as you're wearing them when you need to wear them, that is the most important thing. They even said that we should be wearing masks inside of the house, especially you guys who are positive with the coronavirus. You see, if you're positive and you're home with other people who are not positive, basically you should be wearing the mask at home as well. And we don't know if even among us at home if we're positive, guys. So, you know, all of us should be wearing masks at home, all right? So if you find that you have difficulty getting a mask, all right, because a lot of people can't find this, or they get dirty or they get lost and you need to get another mask, you can grab like a handkerchief, you know, a bandana. This is one thing that I just happen to have in the room, my Jamaica flag, one little Jamaica flag. You can just use it like this and just cover up. You just tie it like this and just cover up your face and pull it down so that it's not too much in your underneath your eyes, you know. And the point is, you're still covering nose, mouth and chin. So if you cough, sneeze, then it won't affect anybody, especially within 6 feet, okay? So that is one example of one way to cover your face, all right? So you can do all types of things. Now, I was just, like I said, guys, I had an emergency. So I went back to the car to get the underwear, the famous Victoria's Secret underwear. These are Victoria's Secret underwear. And I happened to check the label earlier to see where it's made and to see what it is. And it's cotton, Victoria's Secret cotton large. This style is called the hip hugger, and you're going to see why it's important later. The hip hugger is a style where the crotch, for example, is not too wide. It's not like a brief style or boy shorts, they call it, the boy shorts. So basically, it's good to have a crotch that is not too wide and something that will cover you enough over the nose and mouth, but it's not too wide to obscure your view, all right, which I'm going to show you later. So what happened is I ended up coming across this underwear, and then I was like literally standing in the back of my car by the trunk, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any mirrors or anything to look at, and I remembered a lady shared a video, guys, about how she uses an underwear. She had a brown underwear, and she was showing us how to use the underwear as a mask, okay? So big respect to all the guys out there who've been sharing videos about the mask from the underwear, because you guys taught me a lot, and I'm using that what I found from online is what I'm using now to just summarize and show you guys how you can benefit from this, especially if you don't have a mask yet. All right, so basically, cut a long story short, what I did was, I remembered that the lady rolled it. She rolled the sides. So what you do is grab the underwear, all right, and you can do it at the front, or you can even do it from the back. And I'm going to show you later the difference, okay? Because it actually fits different when you do it back or front. So let's do it at the front first. So what I did was to just roll it like this. Roll it inside out, because you don't want the crotch to show at the front. You want that the crotch, the inside crotch, is actually against your face, okay? So make sure it's clean first of all. You don't want to be wearing dirty underwear, so make sure it's clean. And if it's dirty, make sure it's your dirty underwear, nobody else's, okay? So that's why I didn't borrow anybody's boxers or anything. I got my son's some clean boxers to show you guys after this, how to do it with clean boxers as well, okay? Because I was just testing it with my son, but he didn't want to be a part of the video. He's shy, and he doesn't want to be wearing underwear as a mask. He's very feisty, so he's a little kid who's just like, I'm not interested, I've got my little mask already, mommy. So that's just how life goes. And that is really the case. People don't take it serious when them ready or them shame. So don't be ashamed, especially when you're stuck in a situation and it has to do with your health. Okay, guys, that's why I do this video. So remember, we all go through emergencies sometimes where we're stuck and we have to help ourselves because no one is there to help, or you don't have the resources. So that is the point of this conversation. So went into my gym bag, found this underwear, and what I did was to roll it up from the sides, guys. So here we go. So what you do, roll it up from the sides. Roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, all the way, all the way. You just keep rolling it. So I'm standing there just rolling it, and I didn't know what to do. And when I saw that it was becoming more narrow, I ended up just going like this, putting it over my ears, just like what I saw in the video. And then I remember that they put it up a little higher than that. And you just go like this. So that's how I ended up doing it initially, just emergently. I ended up just rolling it up, and it fit. It fit behind the ears snug. It's nice and neat. On the hair is a little loose, but it's okay because it's not falling. You see how it's tugging on my ear? So it's giving me some support from the side right there, okay? So imagine, I didn't do this before, and I have to walk into the gas station like this. So I walk into the gas station, man, and you want to see people looking at me. Some people laughing, like the security kind of smirking and thing, and I'm there like laughing, but he can't see me laughing either because my eyes covered. This thing right here covering up my cheeks, so all when I laughing too, nobody can see me laughing. I leave the store, leave the gas station, the attendant, to go back to my car outside, and then one or two girls were walking and they didn't have anything to cover their face. So you want to see them grabbing jacket and towel and all that to hold over them face. You want to see them holding things over their face to go inside, and they turn and look at me, and I'm there like this, standing up going up to my car, and it's like them there cracking up, laughing, you know, man, like crazy. And I didn't feel anyway, I didn't feel embarrassed. I was just laughing too, because I was like, yo, we need a mask to go in there anyway. So I was like, no way. So that was it. So I end up in the car now feeling hot. And then this part right here was obscuring my view to drive. Okay, so what happened is that's the only thing. The disadvantage is right here, so it's a little wide, like you'll see in the pictures. So I was there doing this, and then finally I end up just taking it off. So, and I got a mask later on, so I didn't have to wear that. But what I wanted to show you guys is how it fit from the backwards. So, and it actually fits a little different, which is what I was checking out earlier before the talk. So basically we're going to go back from the scratch. Here we got our wings, Victoria's Secret wings. So anyway, so we're going to roll it again. So that way the inside of the crotch stays inside, and you just have the outside part showing. All right, guys? So it's going to be upside down this time. But either way, just test it out. But either way, one of them is more narrow than the other. So this time the wings are at the top. That's how I had it originally, actually. The original way was actually a little wider, but this one is not too bad. Both of them tend to be wide right here, but the point is that they do fit a little bit different. And what I like about this way, this is how I originally had it when I just did it in the car, because like I said, I did it emergently and I never did it before. And this is my first time showing you guys again. So when I do it this way, with the back of the underwear at the front right here, this is the back of the underwear, I think that it fits way better because you don't have so much excess right here, and it really is snug against the chin, so it's not moving, you know what I'm saying? And it's covering right here really good, the nose, the mouth. You don't see my mouth at all, you know, so that's pretty cool. So it kind of reminds me of the Mexican wrestlers, not true, the wrestlers and the mask that they wear for wrestling and thing, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you how you make the underwear from, I'm making a mask from the underwear, okay? So if you do it from behind, like I said, if you do it where the back is at the front, then it tapers down really nicely and it gets snug right here, all right? And this is a large size and things, but you can get smaller sizes, you know? Probably the small and the medium might fit a little bit more snug, less fabric, you know what I mean? But this is nice cotton. Just like the mask, a lot of these are made from cotton, just the same way. The cotton helps to kind of keep things away, you know. So, and it's breathable, so you can breathe easy, you know. And some people suggest, guys, that you put like a panty liner in these underwear, so that way you have some more filtration. All right, so that way you have the cotton and then you have that, but you can tell from that narrow part there that you'd have to have like a thin panty liner to put in there, all right? But to me that was adequate because we just needed to cover. Now I was testing out the way how you did the boxers, because I don't have any boxers of my own. I have a son who's like 9 years old, and I did not know that it would fit, so I tested it out before the talk with my son so that we could show you guys how it works. All right, so hopefully I remember how it works, because I've never done it before either. All right, so what we do, the main thing about the boxers now, when you guys do the boxers, is to use one leg. Put one leg over your neck first, and then you're going to pull one over from the back. All right, so you're going to use one for the front and one for the back, basically. So you want to leave room. That was the trick of it. So basically just pick any leg and you just put your head in the leg of the boxers. So even though he's 9, his boxers are stretchy. All right, so this is going to come up later. So what you're going to do, guys, turn it around. Let me just put on this stethoscope. So you're going to turn around the boxers, so that way you have room at the back to pull up the back. Hey, Drew, what's up, Mark? What's up, everybody watching? So you're going to pull up the boxers like this. This is a Reebok. Big up all the Reebok crew. All right. So the Reebok is right there from the back, and it makes it snug, like what I remembered from the videos, and you just pull it up like this. And look at the back. So look how I just tuck it in at the back, same way. So it's stylish. And I just discovered this before the talk, because I didn't do briefs before or underwears like this before. I've just seen videos and I tried it with my son, and it fits pretty neat. What do you guys think? So this is one way, guys, for you to make mask. And this one feels really snug and nice, and it's not tight. It's not tight anywhere at all. And I'm somebody who gets headaches quite easily, and so especially here, and it's very comfortable. And this is a little kid's boxers. I don't know what size it is, I'm going to tell you, but a lot of the demonstrations have been using adult boxers, you know. But if you have kids, especially since they encourage us to wear it at home, these are little things you can do at home, and you can throw them in the wash. You can just put them in the wash with everybody else's, with the laundry, and just do your laundry same way, and then you have clean masks. Cool. So that basically is the end of the demonstration, and you can breathe easy like this. You can breathe easy, and then you can pull it back up. If you have to talk, smoke, drink, eat, you can just talk, you know, because now all of us are kind of wearing masks and looking like we're all Muslims out there, you know, covering up and thing, you know. Check that out, all of us covering up like crazy, and it's becoming very stylish. A lot of people are doing a lot of different styles with their country's colors, Jamaica color, Haiti color, all these different things out there. So hopefully that helped you guys out there. Hopefully that was educational for you. It was fun doing it, and I learned a lot today because I was trying this out before I ended up coming on the live. So I learned how to do this just now. So hopefully that helps you guys, especially if you're in an emergency situation. And like me, happen to have some extra underwear in the car that are clean and usable. You can try and do that still, all right? Until you get a mask, a proper mask. So there we go. So that was a boxer right there. Big up to the Reebok Massive. It's very breathable too. It really was comfortable. And this is boys underwear, medium, like a 8-10. And this is polyester and spandex. And I could feel the difference with the polyester, with the fabric on my face. You know, to me the underwear was a little more comfortable and a little softer on the skin. The cotton did feel a little nicer on the skin. So to each his own. It depends on what you're comfortable with. But don't be embarrassed, guys. It's all about our health. And like I said, you know, I was in a situation which I didn't think I would end up in. I didn't expect I would be showing you guys underwear. Good thing it's Victoria's Secret, you know, they're not cheap. Just kidding. Who knows how long they've been in that bag. My bag been sitting in the car for how long? Because I haven't been to the gym in a while and the beach too. Anyway, just to compare fabric too, I ended up finding this other underwear that I was going to check out as well. But this is a different size, XL. And this was made in China. Cotton as well, 100% cotton. Very soft and nice. So earlier before the talk, I was trying to see if maybe I would do the demonstration with this. But what I found with this one, it has too much cloth, too much fabric. So if you have any larger underwear and so, it might have too much fabric like this. Let me show you this one. And so what happens is when you get too much fabric, when it's too much fabric, it's obscuring your view right here. You know, you're not able to see well right there. And then it's not so snug right here as it was with the other underwear I showed you earlier and with the boxers. So size does matter. It does matter what kind of size you wear, you know. So I just wanted to show you guys that difference in size as well, okay? So that way you know the difference. Cool. So big respect for you guys watching out there. I love to do these talks and do educational stuff, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. It's Wednesday night, it's April, and you guys, I hope that you're keeping safe out there. People on Instagram said that they like the boxer one, they prefer the boxers. Yeah, the underwear look different. It's a different cut altogether and a different style, you know. So it's all about style, fashion, color, you know what I mean, guys? So whatever it is that will float your boat, whatever will make you wear a mask, just remember that you should have one on you at all times. Even if it's a little cloth, like I say, a bandana, even if it's a bandana that you just throw in the car and keep it in there and you know that that is yours, just remember to just have that as a backup, because we're not used to this. We're not used to going out, running out sometime and having to make sure that we have masks to enter places, you know what I'm saying? So remember that a lot of the establishments out there, guys, want us to have a mask or something covering us before we go inside, like the supermarkets, picking up things. It doesn't matter where you go nowadays, everybody has that rule worldwide pretty much. All right, guys, so we're going to be living in a new time right now where the masks are important. So like I said, put one in your bag, put one in the car, wherever you think you'll remember it the most, especially if you're on the go and you don't wear it all the time. All right, guys, so hopefully that helps. I want to big up all my yardies out there. Big up to everybody in Jamaica. Jamaica has a total lockdown as of today, where they have curfew going on as well. So, and they've had the law out there now. The Prime Minister went online with his masks, and he showed all the some different masks he was wearing during the campaign today, just to tell people, remind people that it's important to wear the mask when you go outside. Okay, guys? So hopefully that helps. And if you guys need any mask of any type, I have, like I said, in Florida, right here in Broward County, right off Sunrise Boulevard, Neighbor Supermarket has the surgical masks, which are the blue ones, the little blue ones like this for $1, which isn't bad, $1. And you can just pop in there and get one, or ask somebody to buy one for you real quick if you can't go inside. And then the N95 mask. So I know someone who's selling the surgical mask, the N95 mask bulk. You have to order like at least 500 of these and 10,000 of the surgical masks. But they have a link to get them from China, but they're in Jamaica. But they do ship from Jamaica to US. So if you guys are interested in masks, I can connect you with the right people. Then there are other people who are always advertising as well, even for the fabric mask. I want to say big up to Edge Michael. Michael is one of those. Edge is one of those people who is an artist, and he's branded some masks, some fabric masks, and he's selling them for $8 on a website. So if you guys need any fabric masks to be delivered to you, they deliver within the states, and the cost is $8, which is not too bad. I do know some other people out there who were selling masks for $10 for the fabric masks, and there were even people giving away masks locally too. So it just depends on where you're at. We can, if you guys need any masks urgently and thing, whether it's bulk masks for your facility or for your personal need, you can inbox me and I connect you with the right person if they still have them. All right, guys. So hopefully that helps. Cool. So anyways, I just want to big up to everybody watching. Boy, the comments that I see, I have to laugh. If you can feel your breath through the mask, it won't be effective. No, man, you need to, it's okay. You want to breathe, Seems you need something for more protection. Right. So seriously, so I was talking about the mask and saying that we can add a panty liner to the front of the mask, and especially the boxers. Like when I brought the boxer up from the bottom of my face up top, right? That some people suggest that before you pull up the boxer, you just put a panty liner right here and you just pull it up like that same way. So the panty liner is like right across here. So you just put the panty liner across. All right. So that will help things from coming in. Remember that the most important thing, is that you don't want to be spraying other people. And then you don't want other people spraying you when they cough and sneeze. So it's not so much about breathable. You want to breathe. Remember, you want air to pass through. You just don't want the dirty air to pass through. You don't want the virus to pass through. So none of these masks are effective against the virus in terms of keeping it out 100%. You won't get 100% protection. That is not guaranteed. That's not what they're for. They're basically just to cover. So what happens is when I sneeze and cough, it will be in my mask and contained in my mask. And if I don't wash it, throw it away, and thing, then I just go and reuse it. And if other people use it, they're going to get contaminated if I have a virus or a bug. You understand? So even in the hospital, when we use these, we're not supposed to use them more than once. We're supposed to just put them on to go into our room. And when we go into the room and come back out, we're supposed to leave it in that room outside there by the door and then move on. And when we go back to that room, to that patient the next day, later on, any other time, we're supposed to get a brand new mask. Because these are not 100% either, the N95. That is the point why in most of the countries now they're telling people, listen, just cover up. That is why this talk is so important. The important thing is to cover up. So don't worry about the filtration of the mask. You have people who are wearing the big old dust mask with the with all these valves on the outside, because a lot of them work in construction or do like cleaning of different types, heavy duty stuff. Trust me, those are good for the dust. You want to get, you don't want to prevent yourself from the dust particles, you know what I mean? But viruses are also very, very small particles too and can get into places easy. So the point of all of this, guys, is that we really don't want the droplets. Remember, it's airborne disease. Remember, we're talking about coronavirus, airborne, and we just don't want things to be transmitted in the air. So if you guys cover your mouth when you cough, sneeze, with your elbow, remember, do it in the elbow. Remember not to cover with your hand, because then you're going to use your hand, touch things, touch your face, touch other parts. So try to sneeze in the elbow is the main reason to why we even talk about that. So remember, guys, that like I said, the most important thing is cover up, even if it's a kerchief that you use to just cover up. Just remember to cover mouth and nose and tie it at the back so that it don't fall off. So that way it's comfortable for you. See? So for you guys who have joined the live later, you can go back at the beginning and look at my live from the beginning and see what I was demonstrating earlier. I was showing you guys how to use various masks, the surgical mask, the N95 mask, how to wrap it with like a bandana, how to use underwear, and how to of different types, whether it's panties or boxer shorts to make a mask. All right, so hopefully that helped you guys. Inbox me. Let's say hi to everybody worldwide. I see people watching from England. It's a little bit late there, but I'm glad that you guys logged in. Big up to Hartley. Big up to Janet, Inda Paul, Marcia, Chanel and the Florida crew, Ebony, Tajay, Jason, Evande, Anna Gomez. Big up Princess T. Big up LJ. He was having fun. Melford Gopal saying, what do you mean about pussy face? Jesus Christ. Boy, the two comments that people can make. Why people make them comments sometimes, I tell you. Oh my gosh. Now remember, listen, these underwear were made in Mexico, and the mask that I was just showing you guys from, it looks so Mexican for true, like the wrestlers. You guys ever seen the wrestlers, that the Mexican wrestlers that wear that mask where they cover up the whole of their head and you only see their eyes and things? Sometimes you see the nose and the mouth, but sometimes that's covered up too. So they have those masks out there that they have in Mexico, which is pretty cool. That's a tradition for them, you know. So yeah, so I've seen people wear those styles before, you know, in competition. So Sonia says she like it. She's in Jamaica and she like it. Big up to Tanya watching, LJ. And Katrina was saying about how it seems thin and you would need more protection. That's why I prefer the blue underwear, the blue thick cotton, Victoria's Secret, rather than the Chinese cotton one and larger size. So look out for size, because size does matter, like I said earlier, in terms of the fabric and coverage for true. So the point of it all, that if it doesn't fit properly, just like these masks, if these masks don't fit you properly, they're not effective. You know, if you're wearing it like this, then you're not going to be effective either. You know, people like wearing masks all over the place and they have it cut off all this like this and all kind of ways, you know. So they're out there by the stores with their masks, but people not wearing it when you're in front of the people. So remember, when you're in line is when you wear the mask, because that is when people are close to you. Remember, social distancing is to try and prevent people from coughing on you and sneezing on you and touching you and stuff when they have these germs on them or have germs. Whether or not they have the coronavirus, they may have other bacteria and other viruses, other fungi, all types of things. All right? So, basically, just remember that you're doing it to protect others, and then when other people wearing masks, it's helping to protect you as well. But hello to everybody who was saying hi earlier. Big up to Wendy, Alicia, Tamara. Used to work in my office. Big up Tamara. Me see you with your mask and thing working in Georgia. She work or South Carolina. I forgot which of them you're at. Big up to Camille and everybody who was watching earlier and thing. Respect due. But share the video and let's educate people about masks in general and have fun with it. You know, it's supposed to be fun. And hopefully you don't have the emergency I have. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, if you have plastic bag in the car, you can use plastic bag to, you know. The point is that you can, as long as you cover up your face. So we never have no plastic bag, so we couldn't use none. But you can use plastic bag too. You can use it like this. But plastic is usually not recommended because you can hardly breathe. You understand? So it doesn't make sense to use plastic. So that's where this comes in handy. So that's why the cotton, you know, you need to be able to breathe, and the air need to pass through somehow so you can breathe and be comfortable, okay? So the plastic thing, that was just a little demonstration how even in emergency situations that can be a little less efficient and it's not handy. It's not, you can't breathe through this. So it don't make any sense. So you guys just use your common sense, even though common sense not common, you know, just use your common sense and just try to find things around the house. Like I said, that if you don't want to do underwear, you can find like a bandana, like what I showed you earlier, and you just cover up with the bandana, then and you just tie it, and then at least it's covering your chin. Cool. All right, guys, so let's see. Hi, Miss Gina. I was just thinking about you because you were giving away masks the other day. You were sewing up some masks, and I was just going through a little lecture about masks and telling people if they need masks to let me know, because I was thinking about you too, because you were offering masks and you were selling them as well. So let me know if you still have masks and how much them cost, because I know people who are interested in buying masks. All right, Miss Gina. So, like I said, rewind, go back to the beginning of the live, guys, and look at the live from the beginning, and you can see what I was talking about with the different underwear and the different masks. Okay, guys? But thanks for logging in. And like I said, if you're interested in any masks, we have people who are selling them. Any questions, guys? Anybody have any questions before I go? So this was the name of my practice, Gainier Family Medicine. From 2008 it exists, so 12 years this year. Gainier Family Medicine been going on with things. Made them for your residents. I know, man. I know you did make them and was giving them to some people. So I remember that. So I wasn't sure if you were making them to sell or what, but it's okay. If you know of anybody else who have masks and things selling and things, you can always let me know so we can continue networking on that. But it looked like people are getting through. A lot of people are making masks of all types. And like I said, guys, even the Prime Minister of Jamaica demonstrated yesterday. Not the Prime Minister, sorry, but there was a minister in Mandeville, Peter Bunting. He showed how he made masks from t-shirt. They have a demonstration that they did where he showed how to cut the t-shirt and how to make a square. What he did was to make a square out of the t-shirt. And what he did was to cut the t-shirt in a way where it have strings, just like these, you know? So like this would be the square of the t-shirt, for example. And then he cut some long fabric so that he could eventually make a mask like this. But then it has like 4 strings. So he would tie 2 at the top and tie 2 at the bottom. That was quite innovative. And that is something you can do from any fabric. Alright, from like a t-shirt is what he was talking about, so that it's breathable as well, like what we're talking about. You just choose a material that you know you can breathe comfortably through. Alright, any other questions, guys? Cool. So big respect for that, Miss Gina. You hook up your residents and everything, make sure everybody fine. Miss Gina is somebody who takes care of assisted living facilities, so we often talk about medical issues and so forth, you know. So we follow each other a lot on Facebook and thing, and we talk about health issues. So remember, guys, that it's a law pretty much out there now to wear a mask. So just remember to travel with one or walk with one in your bag, so that way you don't get in trouble out on the road, and so that way if you have your business to do, you know, you don't get hindered by that, and you can look proper with your proper mask on. If you're uncomfortable wearing anything else. Big up to Marcel and Morris. You guys logging in as I'm about to finish up still. But made my white coat tonight. I'm a stethoscope, feeling really good tonight. You know, went for a walk and thing and had a nice little walk earlier. And when I was walking, some people have masks on, some don't. You know, it gets a little hot with the walking because of the exercise, you know. So for me, what I do is just keep the distance when I'm out there walking out for my exercise, because it's too hot. This one too hot to wear and thing. So this one is a little bit easier on me. And then when you sweat, this absorbs the sweat a little bit more when you exercise. That is another thing about the mask that you choose as well, you know, depending on what you do. But some people wear these big ones to exercise. So I see some massive ones with the valves on the outside, like the dust mask. And people exercising with them, and I don't know how they catch their breath with it and thing, but they're outside and they're away from people as well, but they do wear the mask, which is good. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have any more questions, any comments before I go? Hopefully that was informative for you guys and educational, because like I said, you guys have been educating me and showing me some ways and means to get around to do certain things. So I appreciate all of the people out there who did the videos, all of the males and females out there who showed us how to make the mask from the underwear and the boxers, and to consider putting the panty liner there as well, especially for the boxers, so that way you can have more of a filter. So a lot of people are sewing masks as well, and what they're doing is using like coffee filters and putting coffee filters inside of the mask, or what they do is sew it and they leave a little pocket. So they sew it and they leave a little pocket like on the outside part. I'll show you a mask, but I don't have it. But on the outside part, some people leave a pocket so that it leaves it up to the person wearing the mask to put things inside. You know, so some people sew it like that, so you have the choice yourself. Alright, guys, so hopefully that helps you guys out there seeing. But if you guys need anything, if you guys need any medical attention, medical advice, if you have any questions, you know, just something burning, and a lot of people are going to be going through a lot of depression and just a lot of changes, you know, because of staying home, losing jobs and stuff, and going through all of these changes. You might experience some, you know, just sadness and all of that. So don't feel lonely, like people say, you know, out there. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you're all in this alone. Remember that we're all in this together, and we're all going through the lockdown worldwide together. So You are so welcome, Miss Janet. Big up to Zane Zion. Big up, big up to all Westmoreland and Grange Hill Massive. Big up to Zane and Grange Hill. Big up, big up. Me love how we debate. Me love how we talk. Me love how we can reason. But always love for reason with people and things, guys. So no matter what I post out there, if you guys have anything you don't like, anything you want to discuss, just put it out there. Just make a comment, like, share. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about anything. I'm not afraid to talk to you about anything, and we can reason about all types of issues out there. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, guys, don't feel like you're alone. If you're alone at home out there and you need some help, there are lots of help out there online. Or if you need anything specific, you can let me know. All right, there are people feeding the homeless. There are people helping out single moms, helping out all types of people out there. There are food drives going on as well, differently food distribution going on in Miramar tomorrow, Thursday, and if this coming week is different locations. So if you guys are in Broward County and in Florida, in the US, and you guys are needing food or you need to know where to go, check out my flyers. Check out the Broward. The Broward County has been helping the people who feed the poor or feed people in general from the food bank at different sites. Churches, schools have been giving out food as well. So even my son's school had called today and said that they have some distribution centers that are going on among the schools as well. So don't have any pride, guys. If you guys are having it hard and you need food, line up early. Don't go at 9, 10, 11 when it's like from 9 to 11. Go from early. People go from like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and form a line because they only feed like about 1,000 people at a time, which is a lot of people still. So if you guys are really in need, and then, you know what I mean, share it with the people out there, because there are people out there who are in need and they might be ashamed, they might have pride, and they don't want people to know. You know what I'm saying? So don't be ashamed. Remember that a lot of you guys pay taxes for this, and you know it's a way of giving back. People want to give back to everybody, you understand? And if you have it better off than people, remember to help somebody. Whether it's helping them with money, helping them with a drive, making sure they have food, especially the elderly who can't make it to the supermarket. Or if they don't have any masks and so on, help them buy $1 mask and bring it for somebody so them can have a little mask and thing to wear. But there are a lot of people who have it hard right now because it is a very challenging time for all of us, and it's a very new experience for a lot of people out there, especially to stay home. You know what I'm saying? So if you have any issues like that where you're struggling, you can always message me and we can try and figure out how to help. Like I said, we are a big network of people online, guys, and you know that we all look out. There are a bunch of people who look out for people, and that is what I love about being online and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, on social media in general. You know what I'm saying, guys? I like how people help each other and things, you know what I'm saying? So big respect to all of those DJs out there who've been raising money to help out different people for different reasons. You know, they've been raising money and doing their live videos, getting cash up and thing, and helping others. All right, guys? And they're not working and going out there playing like they usually do. And a lot of people not working and going out like they normally do. So big respect to everybody who's at home trying their thing and reaching out to people and keeping us entertained and keeping everybody happy. You know what I mean? So keep the sanity. You know, we got to keep the sanity and keep distracted and try and find things to do that makes you happy as well. All right, guys? So big respect to you guys from the real Dr. G, reaching out from Florida. I'm in Plantation, Florida, but I'm originally from Negril, Jamaica in Westmoreland. And so I always encourage guys that you remember, live life to the fullest, but remember to be careful. If you haven't gotten your physical this year, remember that the doctor's offices are still open, you know, and you can still get your physical. So you can do all your preventative care and get your checkup and all those things. Just take care of yourself while you can, while you have time. That's if you can get out there to the doctor's office if they're open. I know some of them are screening people or doing telemedicine instead of seeing you in the office, because this is still an outbreak going on right now and they don't want too many people to be crowded up and to be in contact with each other. So check with your individual offices and see what they're doing. So that's basically it. What we're doing right now with the coronavirus is waiting and just waiting to see what happens next with antibody testing, because when antibody testing comes out, we all can get tested and see if you've been exposed already and if you're immune. If you're immune, say, all right, you build up some antibodies, and if you get exposed to the virus again, you should not get as sick. But if you're not immune and never got the virus, and they develop a vaccine, then at least you'll have an option to get a vaccine. You don't have to get a vaccine, but if they come out with one later on and they've tested it and it's okay in terms of safety and so forth, then it's up to you guys. But I'm not going to go into that right now. That's a whole different topic by itself. If anything, tomorrow we talk about vaccines and the importance and the debates that are going on about that right now too. All right, guys. And if you guys think about any topics out there, medically speaking, that you want me to talk about, can talk about anything. So just inbox me or comment and let me know. Sweet. Thank you, Keisha. Let me know what you guys want to hear about, because we have a lot that we can talk about in medicine, especially since people are home now. We get a nice audience right now and people are paying attention to the medical side of things, so we can get a lot of education done out there, guys. So big respect to everybody who's been watching and encouraging to keep it going. I respect that big time. That helps. Blessings to you, my friend Keisha, and you guys are very welcome for the information. Hopefully that helps. Seen. So big up to all you guys on Instagram and Facebook. And like I said, go through my videos. I have some really cool stuff on Facebook, especially from Jamaica, just all over in Jamaica, just doing different things, getting out and seeing different sites, bike shows, just entertaining stuff in Jamaica and sightseeing things. So, I blog about medical marijuana as well, especially since I go through some nerve damage issues and spinal cord problems right now. So I don't have my office right now that's open. My office isn't open right now, but I used to give vaccines and see patients from kids all the way up to the elderly. So I take care of all ages, and I do hospice, hospital work, rehab work. So I'm inpatient, outpatient. You can ask me anything. I used to take care of pregnant women too and babies as well, and give vaccines and take care of prenatal care, do postnatal care. So, if you guys want a second opinion about anything, you can let me know. See? Because I've been through a lot, and I've been through a lot of doctors who help and didn't help. So trust me, I've been there, done that, and been through a lot of facilities. All right, guys. So if you want opinions about that too, where to go, who to see, just link me. Just inbox me and I can let you know. Seeing Vanessa? What's up, Vanessa, darling? Go back and watch my live from the beginning. Seeing that, Vanessa? And share it for me. Share it, comment, share it still, because I made a little talk about masks and stuff. And hopefully you will enjoy the talk. All right? But I don't want it to be too long. Don't want to wear it out a little bit. And I'm a little bit tired right now. So you guys have a great afternoon. Have a great night. And like I said, keep in touch. If you need anything, just holler and let me know. See? From the real Dr. G with love. I'm about to cough. That's what you should do. When you feel it coming on right down here. Woo! Perfect example of how to cough. But it's like my throat dry. I just exercised not too long ago and got home, took a shower and thing. But it's like I need to drink some water and thing, because out here hot. I'm outside on a patio and it's just a little bit hot right now, so apologize for that. What's up, Chippy? I just said Chippy logging a while ago, man. I miss going out and seeing you guys, man, and hearing the music and dancing to the beat and thing and exercising that way, But with us being at home, we have to watch out for our food intake and keep up on the exercise, guys, because we can put on weight easily, you know what I'm saying? From just the inactivity at home. Big up to Sean, big up to Desuki. Desuki, where are you at? Where are you watching from? I know that Vanessa, that Dolly, is here in Florida. Yeah, man. Today is what? Wednesday? Wednesday would normally be like Turn Up Wednesday going on. Club cutters, different things. And then they have different game nights that usually occur. Bingo and all these things. So, But no, we gotta stay home and play with our kids and play with our family and thing and enjoy that lifestyle. New lifestyle now. See? So anyway, I'm gonna log off for now. Alright, guys? Gonna get some water and stuff and things. So if anything, we'll link up another time. So you guys have a great night. See? Thanks for watching. And remember to share the video for me, please, 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 please. All right, so we can get some education out there. Mwah. From the real Dr. G with love. Big up, and remember to spread the love, no hate. Remember, spread the love. That's what we're about. Spread the love. Seeing, make it be an example to other people out there who don't know how to love and who hating all the time. But it's nothing wrong with debating. I like debating with people about your opinions and stuff. But remember that we're all human, and I'm all about equal rights and justice, you know what I'm saying? So big respect to everybody out there who's working hard on the front line and who's just working out there in general. You know, big up to Chelsea and Stunta watching, but just big up to everybody out there who's, you know, just big up to everybody, because you know, so we're all going through this together and it's a rough time. Seeing, and remember, if you can help somebody out there. Seeing, even if it's a phone call to just check up on somebody and just say, yo, what's up, you alright? You alright? Come, I know you're alone, or I just want to see if you're alone, or if you're doing okay, need anything. Boom. Especially if you drive and other people don't drive, or if you know they're older and alone, you understand, just check up on them for me. Seeing, so we as doctors are teachers as well, and I respect all of those people out there who are helping with the testing at all the different sites and facilities, because we've had to go through a lot of training. There are a lot of people who have had to get training to do the tests right, to do it correctly, so that we can get proper sampling, correct sampling to send to the lab. So big up to everybody out there who's been doing that, who's been working hard to do the samples, testing, and taking care of people out there. Hi, Miss Delta. Hi, moms. Hi, Miss Nerai. How you doing? Miss Delta, how you doing, man? Long time I don't see you. Tell everybody hi for me. Tell Jamie, everybody hi. Andre and everybody. Hi, Miss Nerai. I miss you. I miss my party buddy, my dancing buddy. What's up from Dr. G, the real Dr. G? Because you know, so when I bring it fake around there, you know, just real vibes, real yardy vibes. So yeah, man, so I decided to put on my white coat today. That's my uniform. And by the way, big up to all of the restaurants out there who feeding people. They brought a bunch of food to Florida Medical the other day from Pepper Seed restaurant. So big up to them over by Pepper Seed. That's the restaurant right in Lauderdale or Lauderdale Lakes off 44th Street up in Inverary. And they've been really good at preparing food, and it's not like them expect people to come and pick it up. They actually deliver the food, bring like a bunch of food to Florida Medical Center where I used to work at the hospital. I had my private practice there in a different building from the hospital, but I used to work inside there. So I know how it is when the cafeteria not open and people working nights, especially, and they don't have food. So that's one of the reasons why I show you guys where I go at nighttime to get food, because when I work, especially nights and thing, and you're hungry and you want some real yardy food, I show you guys where to go to Kelly to get some oxtail in the nighttime. Jamaica House open 24/7 right near in Pembroke Pines up in Hollywood. So I've been discovering lots of food places, you know. Hey Dan Dada from England, big up to the British Massive watching. Big up. Yeah, man. So big respect to everybody who's looking out for us first responders. I'm not working, but I'm working online. I'm not working out there in the field, because I'm somebody who's disabled from wicked headaches and spinal cord issues and some nerve damage from accidents. So I do a lot of blogs about that, and I go out in the evenings more time, and so when I usually go, because it's cooler for me, for my skin and so forth, you know. So check out my blogs, like I said, guys. Check out my videos so you can learn more about my health and my experiences with going through my health care and thing, you know. I've gone to Jamaica to try to get healing and all these things. Was planning to go to Cuba as well to get some care there, but it comes back down to money. Getting there, staying there, paying people, and getting the right connection. Because what happens when you're not a Cuban resident or citizen, you need a connection to get into the clinic, the neurology clinic, the neurosurgical clinic or neurology clinic. And then people have to take care of you whether you're staying in the hospital or out. But it's just a matter of getting to the right place. But it takes money for the plane ticket and getting there for food, you know, and resources like that. So So that is why I do my fundraising, and that's why I try to find different ways to make money as well. But I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman who's into different things. So you guys will see me advertising different events, and especially you'll see me advertising rooms in Jamaica in Negril, because I'm an owner and I'm also, my family are hoteliers. We're hoteliers since I've been growing up. I'm 42 and they've been in it from before I've been born. So I always encourage you guys that whenever you get a chance to come to Jamaica, come to Negril, to Negril, Jamaica when you get a chance. And because we have Ganja Fest and all these things nearby, like Some Fest, Sunsplash, you know, ATI, Dream Weekend, BRT, all of these things are happening in Negril. So we encourage you guys to come. No, yeah. So I want to pray, like Miss Nera said, pray for the Africans in China getting treated bad and things. Boy, some things are going on where people are still being treated like slaves. You know that we've been seeing that in Syria, Libya. We've been seeing that all over where they're sharing videos about the people that are being chained up and beaten. And then now we're seeing it in China. That is not right. So Miss Nera brought that up as well and thing. And you know what? Poor thing, you know, people are getting kicked out of their homes and being told that they have 1 hour to leave. That's not right. And the thing is that I don't know what they're doing about it. I don't know what the African people are doing in China, but they look like they might be scared because what happened, they're a minority. They're a minority in this country, in China, you know what I'm saying? So the African people have to get together and figure that out in China. They got to get together because people are behind them. Black people are behind Africans and saying, listen, we don't want you to hurt the African people, you know, man. You know, in Africa too, they're like, yo, we can mess around with some Chinese right now, you know what I'm saying? We can mess up these Chinese right now if you don't release our people. So there's some people in Africa retaliating already on Chinese. So there's like a little kind of war going on. We have World War V going on right now with the COVID virus. But then you have a little fight going on right now between the Chinese and the Africans, man. And that's not good. That's not good. So we're under attack. They're our people. So, but the Chinese are our people too. So remember in Jamaican, we have Chinese Jamaican, African Jamaican, Indian Jamaica. Remember Jamaican is the most mixed up, blended up place. Remember that Arawak Indians are the originals. Just like in America, you have Native Americans who are the originals. So all of we are immigrants. All of we come from somewhere else. And mix up. So the thing is that I'm sorry for the Chinese who are not involved in all that. I'm sorry for the Africans who have to be going through what they're going through. But I'm also sorry for all that we all are going through. You know what I'm saying? Sorry that we all have to be going through all this. But it's just so life go. So they have to sort that out right now. They have to sort that out because they're being kicked out on the street and being told to go outside and to not even shop in the supermarket or go shopping. They're allowing white people to come through and telling black people to stay right here and don't come through. That's not right, man. And people have it on video. People have it on video, and the UN, the United Nations should do something about that. World Health Organization is health related, but when it comes to those little issues, me don't know who in charge of them things. There is nobody in charge. You notice that? So we have all of these leaders out there. They're all for themselves. Not all of them. Most of them are for themselves. They say that they're for the people, but I don't see them helping the people, the African people there in China for true. I don't see anybody reaching out and saying, listen, stop doing that, and you know what, leave our people alone. So it's like a lot of people are talking about our people this and our people that. Man, I'm Jamaican and you guys are fine right there. And in China, and there are Chinese Jamaicans in Jamaica, African Jamaicans, Haitian Jamaicans, Cuban Jamaicans. We have all types of nationality in Jamaica. So we are all one. You know, out of many, one people. So we have to pray for everybody around the world, like Miss Nerai say. Right, Miss Nerai? We have to just really pray for everybody if you're into praying. If you're not into praying, hey, just wish us all the best. You know what I'm saying? Just wish us all the best. So that way we can get through this pandemic together. You know, because there have been a lot of infections in the past. You know, I've posted some things where every 100 years it looks like there's a plague. Every 100 years it looks like there is some big outbreak that occurred. And what I did was a timeline. I had posted something that showed a timeline of all of these illnesses that has happened, like infectious diseases, you know. that has spread over the years and how it has caused pandemics over the years. So this is not anything new, but it's new for our time. It's new for our time. So we just got to listen to the people right now and we'll concentrate on us. And like I said, those African people, like I said, who hurting right now in China, they have got to be the one who stand up for themselves. They have to start. We can't go over there and help. We don't have any way of reaching over there. But the more we talk about it, like what we're doing now, and the more we care about them, is the more that maybe they might feel that they have backup. And they might be able to stand up for themselves some more, maybe demonstrate. I don't know. I don't know if maybe if they do something, the government might lock them up same way. So it's like catch-22. So it suck what they're going through. It is so not inhumane. And me feel like the people them just stuck and just don't have, like them helpless. Just like the slaves that on the ship from Libya and Syria and all them places. Why all these people holding guns to them head and treating black people like that? And them themselves brown. They're not white totally. So when people talk about white people doing this and that, it is not. It's Chinese doing that to Africans now. You know, so when it comes to color, white, black, I always don't even want to go there because we have so much shades of different color. We have from white to pitch black, you know what I'm saying? So, Lord, so it's a mess. So I usually like talking about nationality because I'm Jamaican, and we just totally mixed up with a lot of culture from different parts of the world. So we're totally like a melting pot in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So I feel sorry for everybody. Because a lot of people leave from China. A lot of them left from China because they were a lot of them were oppressed too. I've met a doctor. All right, there's this one doctor who used to take care of me in the past. He's one of the only doctors who really listen to me and take good care of me. And he's from China. He's a doctor who I met up here. Dr. Wang is his name. And he's actually an orthopedic surgeon. And he told me that when he was in China, he basically worked all the time when people didn't come for his shift, and he was tired seeing hundreds of patients. Now, when I seen 20 patients and I burn out and I don't sleep for 1, 2, 3 days and I tired and I complaining about how I not getting paid and all these things. This man telling me him seeing 100 people or more and him not sleep and not getting relieved. And then when he doesn't get relieved, he has to stay at work. There's no law, there's no work or restriction. He said that he has to go there and work and continue until somebody come and relieve him. And that is just China. And he said he was just working so much and burnt out. But what he used to do is a lot of alternative therapy for orthopedic patients. So instead of bringing them to surgery to get that disc removed or to fix their back or whatever they needed, the knee, shoulder, whatever, he would try alternative treatment first, including I went to him for acupuncture. So before I found out that I needed back surgery, he was one of the people who was trying to figure out what was wrong with me and my nerves and why I was getting hot all of a sudden. I was just in my office and just sweating like crazy and my nerves were just acting up and I didn't know. So I met this man and he started to tell me about China and all of the hardship that he went through there. And the reason why he left is because of that. He got a chance to escape and run away from China because he was tired of working so hard for nothing. He was really burnt out and he was a good doctor there, orthopedic surgeon, and he ended up coming to America and he was about to open up another location somewhere up the street. He was wanting me to find people to work for him because he said he needed help for good massage therapists and other people. He wanted massage therapists because he did the acupuncture part. You didn't need to know acupuncture, but he wanted some people to assist him in his office to cover for the other location in Pompano, because him saying buy a location in Pompano. I saw him in Sunrise in Florida and he was opening up that second location when I saw him back in 2012. 2013 is when I saw him. Between 2012 and 2013 is when I saw him, when I was told that I should go on disability for my headaches and that they didn't know what was going on with my headaches. And what he was doing was putting needles in my back and trying to treat my headaches and my pain. And he was making me get more pain. And he was like really surprised about that and said that something wrong between the way I was talking to him about it and the way he saw me react to the treatment. it was painful. It was too painful. So I can't deal with needles. I can't do needles into the nerves. It's like them him touch the nerve, and I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt like I was going to get sicker with that. And it's the same feeling I got when I had the Botox injections later on after surgery and thing for my headaches. Ended up making me get some wicked burning and wicked pain in my head and made me nauseous too. So me can't deal with me. So anyway, so basically the Chinese doctor, the acupuncturist, was really an orthopedic specialist, a surgeon who just really just like got burned out and didn't want to live in China anymore and started a new life because he could migrate. So when Trump said he don't want no immigration and all of those things, you know, those are the people that he's stopping from giving a chance to enter, to get a new life. You know what I'm saying? Just like how I came here for college and I ended up becoming a doctor. And so I'm grateful for that I got the opportunity. And then I ended up getting my papers sorted out and I got married eventually to somebody and got stuck here. But either way, the thing is that we all have new lives that we want to live sometimes because of opportunity. It doesn't mean that we don't like our country that we're from. It's just that we get other opportunities. Just like those Africans who are in China. Just like those China who are in Jamaica. The Chinese who are in Jamaica. The Chinese who are here. We all migrate all over the world. As a matter of fact, that's how the coronavirus kind of come about as well, you know. Between this intermingling of genes and migration of people, animals, and so the intermixing of people and animals have changed the genetics among us, you know, for over the years. So when people don't believe in evolution, this is a perfect example of how the virus has evolved. That coronavirus has been around before. This is not new, but the COVID-19 is a strain that is new. And basically that is a strain that is probably a mutation from the original virus. So the point is that from migrating and people going intermixing, having sex with each other, whether it's the same race, different race, that's how we end up getting diseases. That's how some of the Jewish people have certain diseases more than others, because they tend to interbreed more than certain races. So when it comes down to medicine and genetics, you know, it's a very, very interesting topic. We can talk about that all day. So Nerai says I feel our tears for the people of the world. Be strong and we pray. Yeah, man. Big up to Mission Rogers. I like a peace sign. Big up to Tanya in Daytona Beach. Big up Marsha. Love to you guys. Yeah, man. So you guys maybe talk a lot tonight, man. I didn't expect to go into all that reasoning tonight, but it's all right. You know, you wanna make me talk, man. So that's cool. So any other comments? Any other suggestions, comments? So Miss Nerai was just talking about the state of the world and just saying how we need to just pray for the Africans out there and pray for the Chinese as well, who's, you know, everybody going through a lot. But people are being blamed for things, you know what I'm saying? You always have people generalizing things. You always have people who say, you know, it's every African and it's every Chinese and it's all the Jamaican. Them people will stereotype all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if we follow the stereotypes, so we're not going to get anywhere, yeah, man. Sure, you know, we will go and joke about them sometimes. We will joke around about things, but sometimes people don't take it as a joke, you know. Sometimes it come across too racist, and then it doesn't have a positive effect, you know. But thank you for the compliments, Miss Nera. You're a wonderful person. She said, you're a wonderful Dr. Karen. So yeah, I wish I could see you all in my office. I miss my office, you know. That's what I miss, is practicing medicine. So the least I could, this is what made me happy, is sharing the information and just being myself and just showing you guys just love, peace, unity. And I just feel like knowledge is power as well. And I know that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power in many ways. So the more you know is the more powerful, and the more you can achieve. You understand? So I like that you guys share information. I like to share information as well, and liaison and network. That's just how I grew up. I grew up in hospitality, in the tourist industry in Jamaica, where we try to make people happy, and we're all about customer service. You know, we always wanted to make sure everybody, you know, get what they need, if they're comfortable or not, and just make people happy. You know what I mean? So big up to Bundun. What a name, Bundun. So we had Easter time now and bought some bun at the store the other day, right? Some Easter bun, because my son, well, my family bought some bun and it was so good. So when I went back to the store, I got more bun, and it's like, trust me, it just keep going like this because my son loved the bun. So my son is mixed between American and Jamaican, Jamaican mommy and American daddy, and he doesn't get to eat the Easter bun with his dad, the bun and cheese, you know. So I expose him to our culture and stuff and show him different things, and he loves it. So yeah, so we're chilling. So thanks for your comfort talk. You're blessed. Thank you very much, Auntie. You brought up some good topics down there, right? Thanks for bringing that up, because I've been posting about how we should not hate, how we should, remember that that we're all one in Jamaica, especially that we're out of many one people, that we're made up of many nationalities, and the Chinese don't do nothing to we in Jamaica. They've come there with their benefits and stuff, or people people have been there forever before people migrated from China. So you have the original Chinese who's been there forever, and then you have people who come there later on and stuff, and they assimilate in our society, learn patois. If anything, they speak more patois than I do, than a lot of people do in Jamaica. So you know what I mean? So no matter where we go in the world, we gotta adapt. We have to adapt to the way of how everybody else is living, and assimilate and respect the laws of that land. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, because we went there, and so we have to be respectful. So back to square one with the Africans in China. I don't know what they're doing to help them, but if the United Nations can step up, or one of those types of people who help to keep the peace, if they can come up with some ways to help the people there in China, then that would be good. Because it's a communist society, and so them have a lot of military, and they kind of tell people what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and that is exactly how they're trained, So when you have a militant, when people are very militant and kind of grow up that way, you can't really take that away from them. They're just used to that type of society, and there's nothing anybody can do about that. So we have to be respectful for that too. So you know what I mean? So I'm sorry for the Africans. Hey Jeffrey, my politician friend Jeffrey from Jamaica. Why every time I'm ready to log out more of my bestest friends them come on. Hi Jeffrey, love to you. I miss you, man. Jeffrey's in Kingston, Jamaica, man. And we grew up in Negril, and we always wanted to be politicians. We were people who would sit down on the wall and reason about stuff like what we're reasoning about now. And we just end up saying, we're bored and thing. We could come up with something. And we just decided to start begging people money from the hotels and so on. We have Christmas treats for the kids. And we go borrow Christmas suits, Santa Claus suit from like the hotel owners. We go and get cases of chicken, big old sheet of cakes. And we end up just going to one of the locations that put on parties and thing, and them tell we can just have a treat there. So people sponsor us different things, and we come together, and me and Jeffrey, we drive around, and we, mommy them give me gas money and thing, and give me their vehicle for drive around, and we just have it as a project. So, but between me going away to school, Jeffrey going away as well, and, different things in our life happen. We just don't link up, and we don't do that anymore. But I'm glad that a lot of people in Negril or in Jamaica have been doing treats for the kids, especially back to school, different times of the year. But when Christmas time come, I like how them give away things to the kids. Because we used to give away the books and pencils and so forth, and them used to cry because them don't want a book and pencil, they want toys. So the second year when we did it, my mom and I went to South to Bashko, big up to them in Bashko, because they give a good discount and thing, and we get dolls and a whole heap of things to the boys. We get boy toys and girl toys, and we did it differently the second year because we learned from the first year how kids are and how they really want things to play with, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about no book right around Christmas time, but maybe when it's back to school time and you give them a book bag and you stuff it with all those things, that's different. But them still want a toy too. So that's something that we can work on. If anything, we can get together and we can all do missions. I know a couple people up here, guys, who gather stuff to bring down to Jamaica to do mission work and thing. Different parts of Jamaica. You have guys who are in New York, Florida, realtor, singer, but they have like some set events. Like every year they collect money and they go down to Jamaica. Like big up to Andre Campbell or DJ Fidel. He used to go to Campion with me. And every year he does a thing where he does football match and gives away things for back to school. Then you have Sharon Plummer. She was logging on earlier. She's a realtor. Her company in Florida does like a toy drive, and they get toys together and then they give it away as well. So whatever you guys can do to help, you know, that's later on. Right now we're just talking about masks, and I went on a tangent. I went on a big tangent based on the comments and things. Big up to Frank Hewley. Hi guys. What's up, Colette? Hi Karen. What's up, Marika? How you guys doing? I'm just feeling a little tired because I went for a walk. Had a long day and it's just hot. And I went for some exercise earlier and thing, and just ready for some dinner now, you know. But before I eat and thing, before I started eating some food and so, I said, let me just put on my white coat and get my stethoscope together, look all professional tonight, you know, and do a little talk about masks, you know. Didn't expect it to be such a long talk. And I'm glad that you guys all logged in and made your little comments and stuff so I could add on to it, you know. So what y'all up to? Where are you guys watching from in the world? Karen, where are you at? In Jamaica or where? I know Frank is in Florida somewhere, unless you guys travel and gone. Colette, where are you at? This is my man in school ring. This is my graduation ring from 94. Very sentimental, you know. So big up to all the man in school people, all the man in school blue bloods who were watching. I saw a couple blue bloods log on earlier in Jamaica. Big up to the Floridians, England massive, Missy Canada massive. Like I said, a couple people in Jamaica at different parts. Marshall is in Chicago. Big up to the Chi-Town massive, Chicago represented. I used to go up there to the triathlons when I was younger. Race triathlon against along the lakeside. So I got a lot to talk about. We have a lot of things that we can talk about, but not tonight. So you guys watch, like I said, from the beginning. If anything, share my video for me, please. Comment, like it, and just let people get educated about the mask for me, please. And thanks again for reasoning, for bringing up those little things, those little racist issues that were going on worldwide, because that's important. I'm not afraid to talk about them things. I love to talk about that. Even when I was married to an American, he's black, and we're divorced now for a reason. And when I was married to him, we had a lot of differences, and I thought that we were similar in that I'm Jamaican, he's from Georgia, and that we have a lot of the same roots and culture and thing. But that wasn't the case. I was brought up really very different from him, and that caused a lot of different things in our marriage. Lots of different things, were including the race talks. You know, when we talk about race, I used to talk about how I'm brown, that I'm not black and I'm not white, that I'm brown because my skin brown. Because I see black people, I see pitch black people when I used to live in Belgium. And when I say them black like this, I never see black people yet like in Jamaica. You know, in Jamaica, some people black, that we call them blacker. We just call them blacker because they're so black. And then they call me brownie, and then call me red boo and red skin, because some people so brown that they're red for true. Like how Chinese look yellow. Lord have mercy with cricket. So anyway, so me and him used to debate a lot about that, and they used to say, Karen, you see, in America, you are black, whether you like it or not. Welcome to America. You're black. And I say, for real? Lord God, me have a debate with you all. But let's just say I couldn't change his mind. He couldn't change my mind. And of course, I got it immediately, because I was like, listen, I get you. Listen, it's either black or white in America, you understand? It's either you're black or white. But me say in Jamaica, we're brown too. We're brown. So when it comes to the color talk, there's so much shade of color of our skin. But when it comes to race now, when you say Jamaican, Chinese, African, for example, Indian, European, all of that, then that's a different case. To me, it's related to the country of your origin. You know, like how I'm Jamaican, we just say I'm Jamaican. We don't say we're white Jamaican, brown Jamaican, black Jamaican. We just all say that we're Jamaican. So for those people who don't know about us Jamaicans and our culture, that's how we say. That's how we stay. And to be honest, I experience more racism among my own culture in Jamaica and outside Jamaica. Like when I was in my office, this one Jamaican lady come up to the window one day and she said, Dr. Gainier, but the thing say I saw the whole white. Gainier. And that's exactly her speech that day. And the woman, I looked straight into my face and thing and came to address her bill and so on. And I was helping her at the window. And I said, you know what, I'm the doctor, I'm actually Dr. Gainier. I'm the one who bill you. So if you have a problem, I'm the one who you have the problem with. I'm the one who do the work, and I'm send out the bill, and I'm me want the money, collect it too. So I had to explain to her why she have to pay $50, which may I give her a deal about, because Medicaid don't pay for more than 2 visits for the month. Me never forget. And she reasoned with me, and me tell her me will waive the fee, that she don't have to worry about paying me the money. She did owe me like $100. Me never forget, because me did already reduce her two visit them to $50 and charge her like $50 per visit. And she never want to pay none of them, even though the law said we should charge them, those patients at the time. But because Medicaid patients already are low income and she not really used to the new rules, even though we make her sign the paper and show her it when she come the first visit, them not expect to get billed for true. And they have a lot of issues going on. So that's really what's going on in general, guys, is people have chronic medical problems and they're dying from it. And the coronavirus is coming on top of that too. So people are dying from their asthma, their COPD, their sugar, their seizure problem, their respiratory illness or whatever type. And it just so happened that they're positive too for the COVID-19. So if you guys have chronic illnesses that you know about already, take care of them. You understand? Take care of them. That is the most important thing for you to do. Just continue taking care of yourself. Listen what Nerai said. I go with cricket team Islanders to Jamaica many of times. I take lots for the children and adults and love it when I can go help. That's awesome. So I know this nurse practitioner as well. She has a team called the Hummingbirds. I was looking out for the bird, like what the bird name again? Hummingbirds are what they're called. And in September they go down there. Is it September she go? Because there's another group that go September from New York. There's a group of doctors and dentists that go from. So anyway, I know a couple groups that go different times for the year. So we have a group that come and stay by my mom in Negril, a lady who is a nurse practitioner, and she get doctors to join her. She did want me to join her, but because of my disability and me have to take care of my son, me never have the time for help her. I didn't want to promise to help her, and then I couldn't manage with the pain and my sleep cycle. So if I go and do it, I have to do it at my own pace, So it's like I don't want to promise anybody, and then I can't keep up with them. So with the heat especially too. So anyway, so she goes and they have a bus and everything that bring them around to different schools. So they go to different schools, different churches and different communities to do medical care, and they give away medicines and do whatever they can. Then they have a clinic at the hotel. They set up the clinic at the hotel too and take care of the staff at the hotel. If guests in the hotel want to be seen, anybody local want to be seen, they can come to the Negril Beach Club, to the hotel where I grew up at, where we're business partners at. And you can be seen there by a doctor and the nurse practitioners there and their team. So that's the Hummingbirds. And then you have a different setup of guys, like I said, who come in September. They've invited me every year to come from New York. They have like a cruise that they do in New York before the time where they raise money. So they do like a charity event where they have like $100 tickets, $100 and something dollars in, and they go on the water and cruise and have a nice dinner. And they'll get all of those guys together and go down to Jamaica with a bus. And they start from Kingston. And they go from Kingston, they even meet up with the Prime Minister. They meet up with Minister of Health, which is pretty cool. That's what I wanted to do, is join that group, because they get to meet the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health and so forth, because they're well established and they've been doing it for a long time. So them start off in Kingston and then they go along to the countryside. When I say countryside, I mean like towards like Trelawney, I think, is where they go. But they go across the island from Kingston across the way. That's one reason why I didn't join them too. Because you have to go in a bus with them. You have to join them, go in a bus and ride in the bus. And the bus ride and thing is what hurt me. And my nerves and thing, it made me too painful, the ride. So they go in there and then they finally end up back down in Negril, and they usually have a clinic at Travelers. So Mr. Winston Wellington is our neighbor. He's right next door of the beach club, the Travelers Resort, and we're all good friends. Mr. Wellington is from England originally, and he does a lot of outreach in Negril, tablet program, bicycle program, soup kitchen. He may help the soup kitchen up the road at the church. So, and he's adopted kids and so too. So Mr. Wellington is he's one of the people who cater for them as well, and they basically have clinic over there too at that hotel. So between our hotels and so forth, and then Mrs. Jackson at the Treehouse always reaching out, doing things too, and giving back. It's like I can tell you about lots of people in my community who help out medically, even though there are few doctors down there, you know. But them call the doctors when they're ready to come into the hotel and deal with the urgent cases and the severe cases. You know, if people need to be seen, they know there are doctors who are on call, and there are nurse practitioners who are on call. There are ambulance services and on call. But the Grill in general, Jamaica in general, has been doing great in terms of that. They have a lot of backup and emergency care. It just come back down to money sometimes. So you have some private people who are doing ambulance services. They have the hotel. There's a hospital that's going to be going up in the Grill soon, and but you have to pay up front, and it's like $300 US for going the ambulance, and that's comparable to the States. I got charged like $400 when I had my accident in 2006. Is about $400 them they charge me in here, the EMS service here. So it can be pricey, and they're very, very serious about it too. When they want their money, even if it's credit card, they want their money before you even get picked up in the ambulance. Otherwise they're going to drive off them cool. So it's like everybody need money to continue their service and keep the service going, you know what I'm saying? So they do have emergency care down there. They do have an ambulance where you don't have to pay. Sometimes that ambulance break down, and then you have to get the private ones. That's how the private ones come up. So we do have 1 or 2 ambulance in the Grill and fire truck, but we share it with Savlamar sometimes. We have to share it with other communities. So those are the little things that we can do to help improve Jamaica as well, guys. If you can supply ambulances, you know, which people have been doing. People have been donating stuff to Jamaica, but they might be used, they might be broken and stuff, and we fix them up. But if you can have if you can donate functional stuff, like especially ventilators now, you know, it's not so much donations now because everybody need them. So they're waiting now to get new ventilators and stuff and get funding to buy ventilators. So if people want to help in Jamaica, help in whatever way you can. But right now we just need to help the hospitals with their basic supplies. With personal protective equipment is what they need, like the mask we just talked about, gloves, and basic things like Band-Aid, gauze, cotton, like wound care things, you know, wound care items is what I realized that were missing when I was there in hospital. And I know some people, I met people who live in hospital who live off oxygen. So portable oxygen is something that is a luxury there too, just like here. And oxygen in general. For them to buy oxygen and live on the oxygen, they have to pay a couple grand a month. I think it's $5 grand a month, but either way they get their tanks filled up, some big old tanks, some huge tanks that they bring home. And so they rather stay in hospital and use up that bed, which costs like so much money, than to go home on the oxygen because they can't afford the oxygen. So I know a couple people in hospital who need help with oxygen and money, you know, just money in general to keep up on their care, whether they're there or at home, you know. So if you guys want to help out anybody and stuff in need, you can always let me know, because I know people in there who are in need down there in the hospital and who would benefit from oxygen supplies and those types of things. There's this one girl who is wheelchair bound, and she needs a tire, for example, like a wheel, because her wheel, you know, her tire got messed up, and I promised her I would look out for the tire, for the wheel, but I'm not down there to give her the wheel. So those are little things that we need to work on. Those are little things that people are struggling with and they just don't have the help. Little things like that. Them just need somebody to go order a wheel for them and change out the back wheel, maybe one wheel on the wheelchair or 2 wheels. And, you know, those are the little things that I've seen that people need help with, and they're female and, you know, them broke, or they have like some medical conditions that really, that girl in the wheelchair, very, very thin and very bony and slim and thing, and she's very fragile. And I don't know what she's in there for, but I can tell she's wearing diaper and all these things. And they can't manage. She can't manage that by herself. She needs somebody to take that down and change the wheel for her and all these things, you know? So, yeah, man. And the elderly people with them big old oxygen tanks, them can't manage all them things to walk around. We don't the tank them too big to walk with. So the little ones, the little portable oxygen tanks, the concentrators, and so those are handy to bring down to Jamaica. One girl was asking me for about, I think it was $200 she didn't need for buy one or so. in the hospital and things, because she was raising money to get one so she could leave the hospital finally. But she still need to get it refilled. That's the thing. That's where the money come in every month. So, so maybe we need to just link up with them too. And, if I had the money, I would have sponsored them to every month, sponsor them and help them with their oxygen, But you can't help everybody. But if you can do little things to help like that, or donate when you can, like if you want to donate when you're down there, pop in, give them a money for food or towards something, they're very, very grateful. That's one thing about them. People are very grateful, who have been dealing with so far. Big up to Daniel, big up to Delano, prayers up, job bless. Hey Karen, my cousin. Hey Ralphie. Hey Sharikia. What's up, guys? Nicole, what's up? I was talking earlier about mask and wanna hold me tonight, man. We never know more to talk so long. Jeez, it's like we get a little tired. And think from the heat. I went walking earlier and feel a little tired, So I'm gonna drink some water, we'll get some food and thing. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night, alright? Hopefully that was educational, because we talk about a whole heap of things. May end up going on a tangent about Jamaica and just medical necessities and supplies that we can bring, if anything. So if you guys want to collect stuff towards yard, it's little things, man. Little things like the basic medical supplies that we talk about, like alcohol, peroxide, wound care things, Band-Aid, cotton, gloves, because the nurses need the gloves and things for care for the patients, So in general, the factories them all billing factories, people billing factories all over the world now to get medical supplies out to people because they see the demand. So we're going to see a shift in a couple of these factories now, and whoever was making things going to be making more and making them faster. So President Trump was talking, oh my God, I just said President Trump. I can't believe it. I called him President Trump. I can't believe it. I had to say that really low. President Trump. I can't believe it. I actually said that. I can't stand that, man. But he was announcing the other day that all these factories were basically working, and when they would produce certain things within months, they're going to produce certain things within weeks. So they're going to make more ventilators and have a lot more equipment and so on available from these factories. That's what Mr. Trump said the other day. So let's wait and see what happens, because they're trying to supply all these hospitals that need things to protect the frontline workers, who are out there needing gloves and masks. So big respect to all of these people out there who's making all the medical supplies and making sure it get to the right places, because I know that was one thing the other day too. So basically, that's another thing that was happening, is they're blocking things from getting to Jamaica, which I didn't like. But that is a whole political thing they have going on with 3M. And they were stopping people from getting, even Barbados wasn't able to get their equipment. So I thought that was totally wrong. But that is an agreement that Trump did come up with the other day. And he was basically forcing the production to happen only in the US. But what happened? When factories get raw material from all over the world, then our production or productivity might dwindle just the same way. So that factory that is making masks and gloves and gowns and all these things and need supplies from all over the world, they may not be able to make what they normally make for us in the US. If they can't get things from China or Cuba or Guyana or wherever they're getting things from. So Trump is just ridiculous and just too extreme. And we know he's an extremist already, And we don't want to waste too much breath on Trump either, because him late on everything already. Him always late. What's up, Ricky? Ricky Fletcher. Big up to the Fletcher family. Big up to Angie watching from Georgia. Big up to Miss Nera, still on the scene. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So I ended up talking about mass, and we're gonna end up going off on a tangent about all kinds of things. Ricky works as a physical therapist at the hospital, so he know what I'm talking about when it comes to needing equipment and needing whatever help we can get for Jamaica is what I was talking about. That people can supply the equipment, and ventilators are needed, beds. So something simple as bed and wheelchair, especially beds that work. You see, they have beds at work, that helps them too in the hospitals. But I'm talking about just simple beds. We need beds. So if people can sponsor beds to us in Jamaica and thing in the hospital, that helps too. Because sometimes they put people in the wheelchair and you can slide out of the wheelchair too. You have people who are at fall risk and they can't manage to sit up in the wheelchair. Like they just don't have that control over the upper body and they can't sit down properly. So I've had situations where I went to the ER and I was dizzy and they didn't have any bed, and I'd rather sit on the floor than to sit in the wheelchair because I didn't want to fall, you know. So that was one thing. But they do need supplies. But equipment, basic equipment, beds are lacking, IV poles are lacking, and those types of things, you know. So whatever you can do for help out people, yeah man, just try. So anyway, big respect for logging in, guys. Thank you for listening. I think I've talked enough for now. But thanks again, Miss Nerai. Thanks for the compliment. She said I'm a great speaker as well as a dancer. I wish I could have danced more and think, because I feel so stiff when I'm ready with my back. I wish I can drop it down low like you when I'm ready still, you know. I'm gonna dance like how I used to dance back in the day or when I was younger still, but I usually love dance all from a long time. From a little growing up in Jamaica in the grill, I just love dancing and music long time. And that is what I used when I was in high school to raise money. When I was on the graduation, you see this ring? I was the one who made sure everybody in my class got a ring. I was the president of the graduation committee. I used to do a lot in school. That's why I'm glad that I'm not working so much right now like I used to. When I was in school, I did a lot. I used to swim for Jamaica, water polo, volleyball, netball, track, shot put, discus, javelin, name it, I did it. I did it. Triathlons where I swim, ride, run, I did it. But and then them recruit, they say, boy, Karen, you're good. You like bringing people together, make you start Leo Club. So I start Leo Club. And then I become president of the graduation committee, and one of my jobs was to make sure everybody get them ring with our year printed out on it, you know. And so we had to get all the sizes together and order up everything, the money and all that. So we delegate and thing as president, you know. As president you have to delegate and make people get responsibility and stuff and help out. So that's what I did. And I was president of the Leo Club and past president, where I got to train the people who were new president of the club. And those clubs still exist in my high school now, Leo Club of Mannings. So even in the club setting, I've given back to my community. We used to go out and paint schools. We used to help the Lions Club with the eye program they have. That's another thing you can do to Miss Nerai. If you guys have extra glasses that you want to give away, or you collect glasses and so forth, we do give them away in Westmoreland to people in need. The Lions Club specialize in sight. That is their thing. So they always bring people like ophthalmologists, optometrists, but eye doctors and so to test people's sight. And sometimes people just need a reading glasses and just little glasses. And we have glasses we just throw away sometime or fling down and don't use. And all of those can be recycled and other people can use them. We just clean them up, sterilize them a little bit with alcohol wipes and so. And people wear them, people try them on, and they're very, very grateful. Now, Miss Nerai said, I'm making masks from vacuum cleaner bags. They're great filters. Yeah, that's a good idea. So like I said, they're not going to be 100%, but it's breathable, like you say. It's breathable like these types. You're right, it's breathable. So that way you can breathe easy through it and still stop a lot of things from coming in. So as long as you have it around here to Miss Nerai, where it's covering you and thing all around, that should be good. I'm looking forward to seeing what you make. So if you guys have any innovations like Miss Nerai, if you guys are selling masks, making masks, post it underneath my comment and let me know what's going on with the mask situation. See? But it was really nice talking to you guys. Big up to everybody watching. It was fun. It was fun. And remember, whenever this is all over, we need to just meet up in the grill, man. You guys, we need to just meet up in the grill and just have fun on the beach. Or Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale right here. So I can't wait to meet up with you guys on the beach. Right? So we can go in our swimsuits and vibe on the beach and feel the sun again and the water. That's what I miss the most right now. I miss the most. I'm like a beach bum. And that is what keeps my sanity a lot too. Anytime I want to meditate and thing, I go down by the beach, even if I'm by the car, and I just relax and feel the sea breeze, the ocean breeze, and just see people walking by. You want to see how empty down there is now. So the other day I went to drop my friend off to work, and that's how I ended up passing by the beach. She'd work right by the beach, and I was like, wicked, I get to see what's going on, because I didn't want to go out of the way just to drive down there and get kicked off. So I drove down there to Fort Lauderdale, guys, and trust me, every entrance to every beach, every part of the beach that have a slot that walk where you're walking, them totally barricaded off with plastic barricades. So even if you were walking along doing your exercise and you want to walk on the sand to exercise, you can't go on the sand, much less the beach, much less by the water. You can't go down by the water. Then them have police park up every so often at different places along the beach, and couple little parking spots me could have find that have like disability parking for free, or some little spots where you don't have to go far away from the beach, you just walk across. Forget that. Them barricade that off with some metal barrier and cross the road, metal plastic off with barrier too. So between the plastic and metal barrier them, you can tell that the city did a lot and bring out some little, they have like some police, you know, those little trailers that the police use sometimes, those little RV style looking things, but either way, like they look like some little storage units. But I see a couple of them along the beach, like along different ways by parking lots and so. Like they're really keeping an eye on the beach. So they don't want nobody on the beach. They don't want nobody. You hardly see anybody even exercising on the beach. You know? I don't really see a lot of people wearing masks on the beach. So you guys look out when you're doing that too. When you're down there by the walkways and stuff. Because you guys tend to be close down there. But it's not crowded. That's, you know, the plaza closed too. I don't see anybody in the plaza. I don't see anybody coming in and out of the garage and stuff like that. So even if you wanted to find parking, it's difficult to find parking. So I would stay away from the beach if I was you guys. Plus they don't want us going down there. So they opened up Jacksonville Beach the other day, and a couple of my friends up Jacksonville were pissed off because they live up that side, and they saw a whole lot of people on the beach, and they were freaking out because they don't get to go to work, or they were told to stay in. And then all of a sudden, all these people partying on the beach in Jacksonville. So they told them, I don't know, I think the second day there were more people on the beach in Jacksonville too. So it didn't stop anybody when people were talking about Jacksonville. So yeah, so some of the beaches are open. It's just Fort Lauderdale and Miami, like us down here. They really kind of barricaded it off and thing. But some of the beaches open. And then they're opening up Georgia and certain businesses in Georgia as well. And they're opening up, you know, President Trump was talking about liberating a lot of the states, especially up east side, like Virginia and those states up there, when up north has a lot of infections going on. You know, New York still has a lot of the infections, and a lot of people are dying up there still. So it might be a little bit too soon. Hey, by the way, near I write that the salt water good for me. That's exactly what they were saying too. So this lady had this video and said that, listen, salt is good for us and the beer is good too. She said the beer is good and the beer drowns the virus, and that they don't drink beer from the glass like Mexicans in Miami. So she said, you know, she was totally like racist when she said we don't drink Corona out of the glass like Mexicans in Miami. We're in Jacksonville and we drink out of the can. And the can is better, and the can makes us immune to the virus. You should hear what the lady was saying. So anyway, so she's on this video, and she's like her video is going around a lot because she was really upset about how people were disrespecting the people in Jacksonville. I thought it was funny. Some of the things that she was saying was really true, just totally out of it, but it was funny to me. But you know, the whole situation is serious though, you know, and yeah, in Jacksonville Beach. Yeah, so it go. So anyway, so yeah man, so salt is good. Salt water always good stuff. It's good in general, yeah man. But but that's when it's in direct contact with the virus. So we have to gargle the salt water for sore throat. You can't drink the salt water and kill it. That's the thing. Them say hot water and whole heap of citrus with garlic and turmeric, you know, all of these remedies are out there. Yeah, it don't hurt. They might not help, but they don't hurt either. Because all of those things are good for you, good antioxidants, and have good benefits in different ways, you know. So them can help boost up your immune system too. So anyway, hopefully that talk was good, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it. But big up to Miss Nerai. You hung on in there a little bit and you made a couple comments that made me stay on, man. So we need to be in touch for real. Alright? So you guys have a great night. Alrighty? Big respect worldwide. And like I said, keep in touch, and let me know where you're watching from, okay? Just make a comment below and let me know where in the world you're watching from. Seen? Good. At least I get you smiling, Miss Nerai. Because I know say you have some serious advocate issues, you know, that you wanted to bring up. So I'm glad so we can laugh and finish it off with the beach talk. Because the beach, me see you all the time at the beach with the grandkids there and things. So I know so them love the beach too. So we can get together with them and my son when all this, yes, and the white rum is good. They say that because we drink rum, you know, we're not prone to getting it so easy. That's what the famous near eye. The white rum and weed. They say the weed build up your immune system too. So they say, yeah. So yeah, I see some people drinking hemp. They have some teas out there that's made from hemp and they're doing it for detox and stuff. So that's been going around. The Lasso tea, that's hemp, that's cannabis. So, you know, lots of potential benefits out there, man. Yeah, man. So anyway, Miss Nerai, cheers to you. Drink a rum and pineapple for me. No, that's your drinking a rum and pineapple. Right? Not rum, not coconut rum and pineapple. White rum and pineapple. That's a your drink. Me now, me try stay away with it from the juice. I me do the white rum with water. Cause I like the white rum straight. I like the rum. Cause I like the taste of it, especially J. Ray and nephew. I love the sugar cane smell of it. It smells really nice. Versus the JB and the rest, you know. But we can't always tell which is J. Ray and nephew because it just have a nice. I'm like a rum connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur in general when it comes to food and drinks. So yeah. So that's my favorite. And then I've been taught by the rum heads when I was growing up in Jamaica that you chase it with water. So you know get the hangover from the soda and the Pepsi and those types of things. You know? Yeah, man. But like Miss Nerai, I know she put in pineapple juice in there, which is what I do as a trick sometimes, especially when I'm not eating. The juice is what help you. So the juice have your sugar, keep up your sugar so you can dance more and vibes more. And then you don't run to the bathroom so much either, like when you drink beer. You know? So rum is good. Rum is good. Mr. Nerai, bring up the white rum talk now. And it's good as an ailment for rub down things. You know, white rum good for rub down for massages and for inhale it, smell it too, you know, you just sap it and thing, especially if you have a fever like from this coronavirus. You know, you have a fever, sore throat and so, you know, remember you can use the white rum, you know, and wipe down, you know, you can sap it and thing, put it on your chest and you just get your clothes on so you can sweat it out. You know, that's what we've been doing for fever too, you know, you sweat it out, man. So you get rid of that. Miss Nerai enjoying herself. Yo, not true. Any other comments? Suggestions? Yeah, man, so we have a lot that we can talk about. So if anything, tomorrow we link up and we talk about something different tomorrow. We choose another topic of some type and we see what happens. See? So you guys take care. Big love to you, Miss Nerai. Big respect for watching. Big up Smiley for logging on from Jamaica and watching Baby Cake. Missing my Jamaican friends, you know. But I'm sorry for everybody in Jamaica because them on total lockdown. Them can't go nowhere. At least we can get out and go out on the road a bit in our neighborhoods, you know. But even in Jamaica, them don't really want people out on the road and thing walking up and down, and so I don't think so. But they do have a curfew at 6, and they do allow people to move freely in the mornings up to a certain time. So if you guys can get outside of the house and walk around the block and thing, do that. especially if you're in lockdown, no matter where you're at in the world, you know what I'm saying? But in Jamaica, where they're going to be starting that tomorrow, like from tonight, you know, them have a curfew, you know, this for the next 14 days in Jamaica, they're going to be under serious lockdown. So they can't go outside, and they're very, very strict in Jamaica. They have police and soldiers all over the place. It's like you have to just stay in your yard, even if you you know, a lot of people live in the same yard and you don't have a lot of room and thing. Just be careful and thing, you know, especially in Rima, Jungle, Tivoli, where people dip on the road enough and a fight and a throw buckles, and so remember that is for your safety. All right, guys, because we're at war right now, and a lot of people like fight war. So remember, we're at war against the virus, you know, and we need your help. We need you guys to be safe out there. Near I said, Rastaman teach me bath in rum for cold and things. See, Rastaman teach me that too. Matter of fact, no Rastaman never have to teach me. My grandmother and grandfather teach me, and parents them. Then we used to give white rum to the tourists them on the boats, rum punch, beer and soda. So from a little me, I grew up around rum and rum punch, and so to the point where I couldn't smell it at one time. I couldn't smell no rum punch, even though I'm very particular about rum punch, because we make it our own way with the pimento sometime in there, yo, and blend it up with certain juices, yo. So yeah, man, the pimento are the secret, you know, man, for the rum punch, yes. And so it gives it that spicy flavor, nice. And you just, you know, you just drink some rum punch. And we used to make it with tang, with the orange juice and certain syrups and so that are made in Jamaica. So we have our special blend of rum punch, man, that we've been doing from a little and thing, and it nice. You would have like it, Miss Nerai. So when we're done with all of this, we'll make you a special rum punch, and we have a nice little get together, you know. Because we did have my birthday the other day, you know, but we never get to celebrate it the way how we normally celebrate. So it's all good though, you know. We had it quarantine style. Yeah, man. Alright, guys. Anyway, a little more. You guys have a great night, alright? I'm gone. I feel a little tired still. So I'm going to go get some food and get some water. Feel a little tired. So we'll check in tomorrow and thing and talk about a different topic. So big respect, Miss Nerai, for logging on, and everybody else who's watching out there. I'm glad I made you laugh. I like to do that, make people happy, you know. So remember, if you ever get in an emergency, grab for the underwear. You like my wings? So big up to Victoria's Secret, because you make some quality gear and it saves my day. It saves my day. And also to Reebok, big up to the makers of Reebok, because that was awesome too. We did demonstrations earlier about how to use underwear for masks. So I know it was a long talk. So you guys enjoy your night, like I said. And if you guys have any topics that you're interested in me talking about, let me know. See? No, man, his birthday is December. My birthday was the other day, Miss Nerai. So don't worry. Don't worry, man. When his birthday come up in December, he'll be with his dad. I already checked. Because I have a friend who born on the same day and she wanted to have a party this year. So I told her that it's no problem. That right before Christmas we can do it, because he's on the 12th, 12. So even if we do it the week after that, the 19th, we can have a little party for him. But that's later in the year. We have time. And then before that is my mom's birthday. My dad's birthday coming up this week, next week. But we're going to be doing it quarantine style. He's April bunny like me too. So, but we have to stay in and do that our own way too, you know? So we're safe. Since them don't allow any gathering and stuff over 10 people and them type of thing. Alright, guys. Little more, guys. Take care of yourself, okay? And if you need anything, like I said, if you need anything, let me know. And I can see in what way I can help you, alright? So, little more from Karen and Anita again here with love. Ciao.